Hello, Rob. How are you doing today? I've had a lot of coffee. How about you?
Drinking some water.
That's not the open. Welcome to RnBe, where I'm chugging down coffee and Robert and I are going to be talking to you really, really fast today. Talk fast, Rob.
No.
No?
No.
For those of you guys joining us for the first time, this is the show where Rob and I discuss things about the comic book world to make ourselves more knowledgeable and you. A lot of times these lists are assembled by ourselves or other individuals on our staffs so that we can go over things to make up better videos.
Yep.
But we figured why not film that because we're both idiots.
Yeah, and nobody else does it.
No.
So, not that I know of anyway.
No, not that you said that. There's going to be like, here's 20 people who have
Hey,
done this.
I have this genius idea.
But I do want to state, we did ask you guys last time to send over your ideas for the RnBe, and I have been getting a bunch of those. Due to New York Comic Con, we just grabbed one of our pre-made lists to make this episode go, so next week's episode should be the first one where we go over your guys' lists and discuss what you've sent to us. If you want to have your list on that discussion show where we discuss weird things you guys have sent us of your assembly of lists, then email them to comicstorian@gmail.com. But little caveat this time, put the title of the email RnBe so that I can find them because they're getting buried. Yeah.
Just create an RnBe folder.
I'm going to, but I'm saying...
And then just create a rule that automatically sends them there.
Well, that's what I mean, but they're sending things like... They're not sending them as RnBe. They're like, these are some crazy things I found about Harley. Here's something about Star Wars. So they're not organized.
Yeah, keep the title simple. So just like RnBe dash top 5 things Joker did or something like that. You know?
But put RnBe in the title so that it organizes it easily.
Yeah.
Also, if you guys enjoy these podcasts, Robert and I... I'm calling you Robert.
Robert?
Robert.
That's weird. Robert and I.
Robert and I and Natalie are also doing similar discussions over on our gaming channel, Eligible Monster.
Yeah, list discussions.
List discussions, which is basically what this is. A list discussion is a shorter RnBe with Natalie involved. That's basically what it is.
That's basically what it is. Yeah.
So, all right.
It works.
Before we can talk about today, today is, I believe the list I pulled up is the top 10
Before we
times-
can talk about today. Today is a day.
What happened to you today, Robert?
It is a Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday?
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about the top times that Batman used a gun in comics. But before so, I want to present you with a gift.
Okay.
This, Mr. Rob,
Mr. Rob.
is the Infinity Stones.
What? Let me see that.
And they glow if the batteries hadn't died.
Do they come out?
They don't come out.
They don't come out?
It glows.
That's cool.
But I let
actually.
the batteries die.
Dude, this is actually pretty. Dude, thank you.
It came with the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinity.
Yeah, thank you for the
I thought it'd
gift.
be cool to have, but I was like, Rob is definitely the Infinity Stones guy.
Yeah, Vinny gave it to you. Are you seriously giving it to
Yeah.
me? Oh, no, I was messing around. No, dude, you don't have to. Dude, this makes a really good set piece, actually.
That's that piece?
Yes.
So the Infinity Stones, we just got to
The
replace the
Infinity
batteries?
Stones. Yes, we
Here's
have
what
to
we're
replace
going to
the
do.
batteries.
We're going to have Gary, the camera guy, go replace the batteries while we're doing this, and they will be presented glowing.
Dude, Gary's fine doing
No,
what he's doing.
we just need him to replace the batteries. That's all he needs to do.
Gary, you do not have to replace the batteries if you don't
Gary,
want
I
to,
need you to
man.
replace the batteries, buddy.
You do not. Guys, you're getting your first look at Gary. You saw his arm. There you go.
All right, so let's go ahead and start at the top of this list. This list was presented to us by Sean. You're a writer.
Yes, Sean Shear.
Okay, so sadly, because of New York Comic Con, we have not had any time to verify these things, so I hope your writer's on the ball.
Yeah. Oh, Sean's pretty solid. Aren't you, Sean?
Otherwise, the commenters will let us know that he's not.
And Sean may not be writing anymore. So.
So there you go. We did get a little bit of cutaway, guys, because we pulled out our B-roll. For those of you, last thing I'm going to promote, if you ever want to just see me and Rob BSing, stick around for the podcast because we put what we call the B-roll at the end. That's just us discussing things on the camera. It
Pretty
happens.
much. Just talking about stuff.
So anyway, top 10 times that Batman has used a gun in comics.
Okay.
Number 1, Golden Age Batman.
Yes.
So Batman was first created to use a gun. Either he had one or he picked it up from an enemy. His adventures against gangsters and the like were filled with gunplay. It was not until Detective Comics number 33 that the writers gave the backstory that Bruce Wayne witnessed his parents' murder, and that's when he stopped using guns. This decision separated him from the heroes of the time and made him a true superhero. Before issue 33, he was generally written as a hard-boiled detective like Doctor Strange, The Shadow, and Dick Tracy.
Yeah, it's actually kind of crazy. If you go and you look at the old Golden Age comics, like Superman, there was one instance where some criminals Superman was chasing him or something like that. Anyway, these criminals like flew off a ravine and like died in a fiery crash. And Superman's just like, yep, that's what happens when you break the law.
Yeah.
And that was,
there's like a famous panel, isn't there? Like everyone like freaked out when Thomas Wayne killed somebody off the rooftop in Flashpoint.
Yeah.
But there's like famous scenes of Batman doing just that kind of thing back in the day.
There's one where some mental patients or something like that escaped, or they were criminals, or what's up? Dude, they do.
They do glow.
Yeah, you can't really see.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably the light that makes it kind of rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Thank you, Gary.
Yeah, you can see them glowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The only complaint I have about that is they look like eggs.
Oh, they're pulsating.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Huh. But no, there's one where, what is it, Batman, like he basically hangs a mental patient from his Batwing and is like, well, he's better off this way. I was like, man, Batman.
I mean, you got to think about it, though. They've kind of maintained sometimes that Batman will do things like that. Like a great example is the end of a recent one, Death of the Family. Death of. The Scott Snyder New 52 run.
Yeah.
The Death of the Family video. Yeah, the comic. In which he basically, he let the Joker fall off a cliffside.
Yeah.
I mean, he may have died, he may not. Spoilers for a story from like forever ago.
Yeah, I mean, there's one story where like he just locked a guy in a room and left him there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's stuff like that. Yeah.
And there's always the adage, Batman doesn't kill, but when that guy's napalm tank got struck by a ricocheting bullet, well, that's not Batman's fault.
Yeah, Batman doesn't kill. He aggressively subdues with razor sharp batarangs.
Tactically subdues.
Yeah,
that's what you're saying in the
yeah.
Injustice video game.
Razor sharp batarang.
Yeah. Like everyone in the Injustice video game gets shot with the Batwing.
Yeah.
And you're like, he's tactically subduing that guy.
Yeah, he's not killing
Those are
him.
riot shots.
Yeah. Now, if they happen to bleed to death because of the
that's
batarang,
not his fault.
Yeah, that's their problem.
Yeah.
They should have had thicker blood, I guess. I have no idea.
I don't think thicker blood's how you're gonna. I don't know where.
Yeah.
I don't think you know how blood works.
I know there's like platelets, I think.
Number 2
and stuff.
Detective Comics issue number 32. In 1937, Batman travels to Hungary with Julia Madison. Most people may not know that Julie was introduced in Detective Comics number 31, and she was engaged to Bruce Wayne, unaware of his secret life as Batman. In Hungary, he encounters vampires, and he breaks into a monk's hideout where the vampires' coffins are hidden and kills each of them with a silver bullet. Can we count that, though?
That counts. I mean, they're not alive in the traditional sense, but like they are functioning and walking around, and he ends their ability to function in their existing capacity.
That's what you need to name the next time you do one of those, like How to Kill a Superhero. How to end their function of walking around.
Yeah. Batman unalived them is what he did. That's what happened. He helped them finish with all their living.
Okay. Sure. We'll go with that. He unalived them. I like the way we're thinking.
That was a Spider-Man Deadpool joke.
Was it?
I think it was the Ultimate Spider-Man comics.
Oh yeah.
It was something like that. And then like Deadpool's like, we're gonna go kill him, and Spider-Man's like, I don't know, man, that sounds pretty intense. He's like, we're gonna unalive them.
Rob taking his jokes from Deadpool since 1999.
Yeah.
That was the year he got introduced, isn't it?
No.
Did I get that right? Damn.
No, he was way before that.
No, he wasn't.
Like 1993, 1991, something like
No.
that? Deadpool?
I think it was like 98 or 99.
No, Joe Kelly took over Deadpool in like 98, 97, I think.
Hold on, we'll see when that introduction was.
I am 100% sure he did not appear in 1999.
I'm 100% sure that you're wrong, that 93 is not the date.
Well, maybe it's 91 or 92 or something.
No, you can't. You specifically said.
No.
Yeah.
I did not know. No, in the words of Natalie, go back and replay the tape.
We are both wrong. It was 91.
91. No, I said 91 before.
No, you said 93.
No, I said it was like 1993 or 91.
You said 93.
Whatever. It was 1999.
Play back the camera.
Like 1993, 1991, something like
No.
that? There we go. All right, now that the camera's
Dylan,
played back,
while
I was
editing
right.
this, I want to see John Madden-style squiggles.
Yeah. And somehow make it out into like a tic-tac-toe or, that kind of a thing, yeah. What is that, the tic-tac? That's the X's and O's, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
okay, yeah.
Did you really forget what tic-tac-toe is?
I was confusing it with Connect 4, to be honest. I got them switched.
Oh, this is an interesting RnBe. This definitely is.
This is. Okay, next one.
Number 3.
Number 3.
Detective Comics number 33. He's listing the ones from the Golden Age, so
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
That's where most of them are from.
Yeah.
So.
Well, because once he didn't use the gun, he didn't use the gun very much.
Yeah.
Detective Comics number 33, 1937. This issue really established the Batman mythos as him having his origin story where his parents were murdered in front of him. This is how the writers rationalized Batman's aversion to guns. And a paradoxical move, although he has a phobia against guns after his origin story, is depicts Batman shooting an X-ray machine with a gun.
What, did he just like piss him off? Yeah.
Was it an evil X-ray machine?
Screw this particular X-ray machine.
Hi.
I'll show you to,
X-ray me.
X-ray me, reveal my identity to the world. look at those
be
bones.
Funny if they tried to use that as like in 1937, X-ray machines just did an X-ray past your costume.
And it didn't show your bones or anything; it just showed your face, and everyone knows you're Bruce Wayne now.
Okay.
Okay.
Number 4, Batman, Volume 1, Issue 1. Okay.
Okay.
And he gave me a little link here. This is where he got this from.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sean's pretty cool.
You're so awesome, Sean. Too bad Rob's going to fire you at the end of the episode.
That's not true. You're okay, Sean. You're fine. I'm not going to can you yet. So.
Yet? I like how you said yet.
I wanted to see if you would catch that.
Whoa.
No, you're fine, Sean.
In the subsection titled The Giants of Hugo Strange creates a growth formula that changes the Arkham Asylum inmates into 10-foot-tall monsters. Batman is also injected with the drug, but he's able to create an antidote, which he then sets about killing the monsters and Hugo Strange's henchmen, mostly using a machine gun from the Batplane.
Dude, okay.
It appeared as if he even killed Hugo Strange, although he returned to life shortly afterwards.
I really want to read that comic.
So it's where they got the Injustice plane from.
With the machine guns? Yeah, I guess.
I mean, if you played the Batman games, Arkham Knight, Arkham Asylum, okay.
Yeah.
Every one of his vehicles comes armed to the teeth with bullets.
Yeah. For a guy who doesn't use guns, he's got a lot of ammunition.
It's funny because
Throwing it
somebody, just a little tangent here, gang, because that's what this whole thing's about. In the Justice League trailer, they're showing the Batmobile, and if you were at the Times Square, we saw it. Mm-hmm. And everyone's like, it looks like a tank. And then someone posted like the Arkham Knight tank, and they're like, the Bat tank is the new Batmobile. Everyone's using it.
Well, he's shooting it in the trailer.
Yeah.
Like Batman doesn't use
shell
guns.
hits the ground.
Yeah. Like,
for the first time ever, we're not going to see the pearls hitting the ground. We're going to see Batman's shells hitting the ground.
Yeah. Which, I'll be honest, man.
I'm fine with that.
I'm perfectly fine with it. I'm down for seeing Batman just go all Punisher Max. I'm okay with that.
See, side note, I love Batman. I mean, it's pretty obvious that I love Batman.
Yeah.
But one thing that has always bothered me about Batman, and I get why he doesn't use guns because of the parents, but Batman has some of the worst individuals ever, and he's like, we will cure them. I've never agreed with this whole just put the Joker back in Arkham. Joker killed like 10,000 people, and you're just gonna put him in Arkham.
Yeah, but that would be a lackluster comic, like the Joker's last laugh, and then it's just like the Joker commits a crime, and Batman's like, nope, and just shoots him in the face, and then that's the end of the story. That'd be so lackluster.
I agree. For the sake of a comic book and a story, the Joker can never be killed.
Yeah.
But I've never agreed with the idea that you're going back in there. People like the Croc. In some portrayals, he just eats people.
Well, what's the alternative?
Don't let him eat people by killing them?
No, not Killer Croc, the Joker. I'm okay with Killer Croc eating people.
And if you want to put him in jail, just let him go through lethal injection and stuff. Like, they're always like, we can save him. I'm like, we put him on death row.
I want to say, and I don't remember if this is correct, I don't know if it was ever verified, I don't know if it was, but I've always wanted to say that was the answer to the question that was being asked about Heath Ledger's Joker. It's like, why wasn't he in Dark Knight Rises? Of course, Heath Ledger died. But I think the answer was he's the only inmate in Arkham Asylum.
Oh,
he's the sole person in there. I don't know if that's true, and I'm sure somebody will correct me if I'm wrong because it's the internet. But I don't know if I want to say that's the case.
He was supposed to come back, by the way.
Oh, I know he was. Yeah.
All right, so at number 5, Tim Burton's Batman 1989. In the movie, Batman is shown using guns on the Batmobile to shoot through a wall.
Yeah.
He shoots missiles and a machine gun at the Joker when they showed out in the street. So if you shoot in the wall, I would say, okay, it's just to get rid of obstacles.
Yeah, he's firing into a crowd of people. Batman, what's your problem?
Right, but if you think about that, exactly. He's shooting at the Joker, like in the streets.
Yeah, that's kind of... what?
I mean, I love the Red Hood, but that's like when the Red Hood was fighting, I think, Black Mask or somebody in the middle of the streets, and he's like, boop, boop, boop. I'm like, do you know where every one of those shots... My military history comes in. So if you're in the military and you shoot... Okay, you're at the range. I don't know if this is true or not. I never shot a misfired round. But we were always told that if you misfired a round at the range or anywhere, while you were overseas, you would then have to find where the bullet went. Because if it hit a tree, fine. But if it hit a civilian, we need to deal with that.
Yeah.
So you were always told you had to find the bullet. So as much as I love Red Hood, or even the Punisher, just seeing them walk into a room and just lay waste, blowing up walls,
Just leave.
makes the military guy inside of me be like, where did every one of those rounds go?
They're somewhere. Well, they're in people. Is where they are. That's where they went to.
But like I've always thought like that, and like whenever you see things like even in Arkham Knight, like at least they're like, okay, everyone left Arkham. No one's in this part of the city, so we're just opening fire. Okay, there's the excuse. I still want to be like, where did all the rounds go?
Like we need a count. I need them accounted for.
Yeah, exactly. You want to accidentally kill a small bunny that was in the middle of the street? I don't know why a bunny would be in the middle of the street of Arkham.
No idea. But if that bunny was in the middle of the street at Arkham, then that bunny kind of had it coming. I mean, wrong place, wrong time. I don't know what to tell you, bunny.
Okay. Number 6. Batman Volume 1, Issue 15, February 1943. The cover shows Batman using a machine gun, and the story is titled The Two Futures. In an alternate history kind of swap around, Batman and Robin are forced to use guns to fight the Nazis as they invade America. What? I need to do this. Batman and Robin versus the Nazis.
Yeah, that'll get demonetized instantly.
Yeah, I know, but it'll be so worth it. In the alternate timeline, Germany turns America into a concentration camp, and Batman and Robin die during their fight. This was a propaganda comic for the Americans to unite to fight against the Nazis.
Yep, that sounds about right. That was par for the course back in the 1940s.
Yeah. No, there was all kinds of propaganda stuff. I mean, I may be wrong because I don't know that much about the real early histories of these characters. But wasn't Captain America originally just envisioned as a patriotic propaganda character?
Captain America was America fighting against the Germans.
Yeah, so, I mean that's what he was. There was everyone's like, oh, he had this meeting or whatever. No, it was two guys trying to sell the comic book, and you were in a day and age where everyone was being super patriotic. So why not make a guy built out of a
That was
flag?
the idea. A lot of DC characters predated World War II. They were out before World War II started. When the war kicked off, and then it became a total war effort, then that's when they started fighting against the Axis powers.
Yeah.
But Captain America was always originally an anti-World or an anti-Axis power guy.
Okay,
I mean,
that's what I thought.
Issue number 1 is him punching Hitler in the face. So
That's like famous now.
yeah, it is.
Okay, so I love this one. We probably should have looked at his list before we talked about things. So number 7 is, in Batman Arkham Knight in 2015, the new Batmobile has a mobile turret that Batman isn't... What? I say it wrong. I always say it wrong.
No, we just talked about this.
That's what I'm saying. I thought I said turret wrong because sometimes when I'm saying it comes across as Tourette's by mistake.
His
I do. Some of my redos, if we're talking about turrets, it's like Tourette's. Benny, you said Tourette's again.
Oh, his Batmobile has Tourette's. It just keeps shooting on its own. No one knows why.
Okay. So anyway, the Batmobile has a mobile turret that Batman isn't above using to take out his enemies. Although he fires rubber bullets and riot shots at a henchman, although it should be noted that these are high caliber, very powerful guns. Just because the bullets are rubber, at the velocity at which they are fired, they would probably go right through people instead of knocking them out.
They'll still kill you. Just because the rubber doesn't help, Batman. You put a rubber...
They are super rubber.
They're super rubber.
Okay, look, we have those Nerf guns, right?
Yeah.
And we have these Nerf guns that we used in our Splatoon video over in the Yellow Monster channel. And
that was so fun, shooting each other with those.
And we've got
guns.
Destiny skits that we've been doing with them. When you shoot someone in the face with those, they hurt.
Yeah.
At point blank range. A Nerf gun. I'm not saying you're going to be like, oh my God, but you're like, ow.
Yeah.
You know, like that.
Like, I felt that.
Yeah, like that was amazing.
A little bit of a
So
sting.
can you imagine a high caliber gun shooting a rubber bullet at your head?
Yeah. A 50 caliber rifle shooting a rubber... An anti-tank gun.
Yes.
Shooting a rubber bullet. That's going to take your head off. At the velocity that thing comes out, you're going to die.
I think so. I think so. Okay. So, number 8. Batman Year 2 was released in 1987 and was penned by Mike W. Barr and had Batman behave rather oddly, not only using guns, but also aiding many criminals and alienating Jim Gordon as well. In the course of the storyline, he's beaten and almost killed by the Reaper, who is not afraid to use guns and deadly force to achieve his goals. Batman decides that the only way that he can beat the Reaper is to use a gun himself. Strangely enough, the gun that Batman chooses is the gun that was used to kill his parents. A lot of insanity happens, such as Batman teaming up with Joe Chill, the man who murdered his parents. In this very crazy Batman story, DC is trying to build off of Frank Miller's Year One, and that went down as a classic. I need to find Year Two.
Yeah, I have not read Year Two. I have heard it was disastrous. It sounds like it was terrible.
I'm going to title it Batman, the worst story ever.
Yeah, that'll do exceedingly well. That'll do very, very well.
I mean, I don't know, the teaming up with Joe Chill, using the gun that killed his parents.
I want to know whose idea it was to do that.
Mike W. Barr.
No, he's the guy who wrote it. Doesn't mean it was his idea. If I was Mike W. Barr, I would be like, nope, they asked me to.
They said specifically he has to use this gun. Mm-hmm. So, okay, next on our list is number 9, Final Crisis.
Yeah.
In 2008's Final Crisis, Batman has a showdown with Darkseid. With the fate of the universe at stake, Batman has acquired a bullet made by Radion, a substance toxic to the New Gods. Although he could have gone for an instant kill, he shoots Darkseid in the shoulder, which I never understood.
Yeah.
Right before he's killed by the Omega Beams. Now, he did shoot Darkseid with the bullet, but instead of just going for he's savagely shooting him in the head, he decided to shoot him in the shoulder. Sean wrote himself twice there for some reason.
Yeah.
Which all it did was make Darkseid die in a slower, more painful death by shooting him in the shoulder, because it was a toxic substance. Mm-hmm. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, yes, Batman did that and he got shot by the Omega Beams. This ties into a storyline that is now being revisited in DC Metal.
The Return of Bruce Wayne.
So what Darkseid's Omega Beams actually did was send Batman back in time without his memories, where he would be forced to travel through time at various elements, which is where you've got versions like I think the Pirate version came out of that.
Yeah,
I know the Old West one did.
I never covered Bat, which maybe I should if they're referencing it in Dark Knight's Metal.
I named it Batman in Time.
Yeah.
And I opened it with the sound effect of Doctor Who's TARDIS.
I never watched Doctor Who. I have no idea.
Oh my God! What is wrong with you?
I don't like Doctor Who.
You are the worst.
No, don't give me the shaking head. I don't.
You are the worst nerd ever.
Gary, the camera guy, is giving me the shaking head.
No. He's a Trekkie who loves Star Wars and Doctor Who, and Rob's over here like, I didn't watch any of that stuff.
I don't like Doctor Who. I know it's really popular, but I don't
But anyway, Batman goes back through time gets to the point at the end of time where the Justice League and Rip Hunter and everyone finds him, and they bring him back. But as we're discovering in DC Metal, that was not Barbados' plan. I know, I like saying Barbados.
Well, I know. Okay, so from what we'll talk about this after the whole thing. But yeah, so.
Well, no, we can talk about DC Metal.
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out was it because I think they said that him being sent back into the past is what made Barbados aware of him.
Yes.
That's what.
Right. And if I remember correctly, bear in mind, this story just came out and I just read it, so we haven't done our research and stuff on it yet. But I remember Batman saying something like Barbados had a plan.
Yeah.
And it didn't work. And this is his new plan, or something along those lines, like the DC Metal plan. But it tied back to the Final Crisis events.
Maybe I should cover Final Crisis.
To
me, it was never really confusing to me, but you covered the whole thing in one go, and that's why it was such a hassle.
Final Crisis?
Yeah.
Oh, that one wasn't confusing.
No, I thought you covered it. No, you had to hit up Sal in order to figure it out.
Oh, Final Crisis?
Yeah.
I don't remember it being that confusing.
I remember you.
Oh, no. What was confusing, and this is something that is always confusing about Darkseid, and I wanted to make sure that there was no definitive answer, the anti-life equation and how it affects people.
Okay, it's been done. It's been done different ways.
That's what I mean. There's no definitive. This is what it does.
Yeah.
Because we have the anti-life equation, which the Flash can remove from somebody. Which it's like none of this is lining up.
The White Lantern has the life equation.
Yeah, that's what I mean. All of that was what I was looking into to try to figure out if there was something that I was missing.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I think there was Jack Kirby's original vision with the Forever people, and then there's what they did with what DC did with it later on.
Yep. Okay, so number 10. Batman Volume 1, number 21 in 1944, another Golden Age comic, and a storyline titled The Steamlined Rustlers, Batman and Robin travel to a western town. They are after some bandits who are terrorizing people, and Batman ingests some loco weed, and then he is shown firing his gun in the air as a stunning move, with Robin looking on.
Wow.
Stoned Batman shooting a gun. I think we just named this RnBe podcast.
Batman gets stoned and shoots a gun. Batman, what are you doing, man? This is why nobody invites you to parties, Batman. Man, you're always getting high, shooting guns, shooting at people. I want to read that story. I want to read a story where like Damian Wayne gets mad at Bruce Wayne, just like feeds him bath salts, and he just shows up in Metropolis babbling on about nonsense, waving a gun at people. You know, Superman's like, "What are you doing here, man? Like, go home and sleep it off, dude."
All right. Anyway. Number 11 is Batman Volume 1, number 55 in 1949. And a story titled Bruce Wayne, Rookie Policeman. I gotta go back and read some Golden Age shit. Yeah,
it was crazy back then.
Bruce Wayne is tasked to honor a dying officer's final wish that he become a member of the Gotham City Police Department. Having no other choice, as a police officer, he uses a gun to capture a gang that has captured James Gordon. After capturing the gang, he gives up his badge. I just have these images, and I guarantee you this is what it is. Batman with the cowl on in a police officer's suit.
I guarantee that's exactly what it is. I guarantee, and he's got the cape still. I guarantee that's what happens. Dude, I believe that.
I could totally see that being what they did back then.
Or it's Batman, and he's got a sheriff's badge on.
Yeah.
Either way, I could see that.
Number 12 is, I'm going to go through these ones in a hurry because honestly, it's just like, we don't have anything to say about something from 1947, guys.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Number 12 is Batman Volume 1, number 97. Facing off against the Joker, he appears as if he's about to get away by floating off in a giant balloon. He grabs a high-powered rifle and he fires not at the Joker, but at the string between the balloon and the Joker. Batman did not technically shoot the Joker, but he made him drop an extreme height to the ground, which is just as bad. That's what he wrote there. That's what we were talking about before. He won't kill you.
Yeah.
He'll set you up to die yourself.
Yeah. I mean, look, I didn't kill him. You know, I just put a bomb in his car. The bomb killed him.
Number 13, Detective Comics, Volume 1, number 405. In 1970, the League of Assassins hatched a plot to put plastic explosives on trained dolphins so that they could sink ships in the Gotham Harbor.
What?
Batman, trying to protect the ship, picks up a rifle and shoots the dolphins until he runs out of bullets.
No, he doesn't.
He even put a caveat. Batman capping dolphins really happened in 1970.
Wow. He shot dolphins to death. I can imagine this crazy guy out there with a rifle.
There's so many titles to this episode. You know, Batman smokes weed and shoots a gun. Batman kills a bunch of dolphins. We should retitle this to the craziest things Batman's done with a gun.
Oh, God. Batman shoots a bunch of dolphins. Wow.
I'm picturing so many like animated versions of this that Diggs can have a field day with.
Remember when I told you the story about how Batman almost got canceled?
Yeah.
These are the stories they were getting to try to get people to read.
Number 14, Detective Comics Volume 1, number 627 in 1991.
Yeah.
Story written by Bill Finger and illustrated by Bob Kane. Batman is shown shoving a gun into a criminal's mouth during an interrogation.
Damn.
He does not shoot the criminal, but he uses the gun that he took from the criminal.
Wow.
Yes.
That's probably the most intense thing we've covered so far, to be honest.
Everything else has been very comical.
Yeah. Shooting dolphins, shooting porpoises in Gotham Harbor.
Yeah. We didn't have an awkward cut there. Break the immersion, man. Break the immersion.
Nobody believes that.
Number 15, Detective Comics Volume 1, number 710 was released in 1997. The cover shows Batman wielding a machine gun, and in the story sequence, he defeats a sniper on the rooftop. Isn't this during the period when it was like everything had to be extreme in the 90s? Yeah. Mm-hmm. He then sees another assassin getting ready to shoot innocent people. There's no way Batman can reach him in time, so he shoots the assassin's gun out of his hands with a sniper rifle. Wow. Okay, that one I'll give him though. Yeah. Because it is implied that Batman is like a master marksman. He can do things like that.
I don't use guns, but I'm very fluent in like how to shoot
exactly.
them.
Like I don't use them, but I really know how to use them.
I really know how to use them.
Number 16, Detective Comics number 444 in 1975. And a complicated, I was just going to say, guys, the moment I read 1975, I'm expecting this, I haven't read it, I'm expecting this to be a crazy, weird.
Yeah, 1970s Batman.
Now that I've said that, watch it be serious. Mm-hmm. In a complicated plot, Batman faces off against Talia al Ghul and her father to get Batman wanted by the police. It appears as if Talia tossed her gun to Batman and ran, and then Batman shot her in the back. In reality, Talia and Roz had designed the gun to fire remotely, and the bullets that struck Talia were dosed with a narcotic that simulated death. So while it appeared that Batman killed Talia, it was really just complicated.
Man.
That is a really complicated plot from Ra's al Ghul and Talia.
Man,
you know what we should do today? Get Batman framed for murder.
Yeah. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to make a gun that shoots itself. And then we're going to coat the bullets in a special chemical that simulates death. Now, I want you to throw it at Batman, and then he'll catch it. and then it'll shoot.
Fire it.
Then I'll remotely fire it, and then we'll make you pretend you're dead. It's like, why don't we just, like, shoot him? I mean, we know who he is. Just have somebody go on the rooftop and just snipe Bruce Wayne on his way into an office building. I never understood why nobody does that.
Yeah.
That's
So many people
weird.
know who he is.
Yeah.
All right, so I love this one. Number 17, Batman v Superman. Batman is shooting guns in the nightmare sequence where he's obtaining kryptonite. It's similar to how he's depicted in Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns, where there are several instances of Batman picking up a gun. In one scene in the comic book, he picks up a machine gun and fires it off panel at a would-be kidnapper. It is up to debate, but it certainly appears as if Batman unloaded several bullets into a thug in Batman v Superman.
Well, I mean, you know.
Or the comic, one of those two, but either way.
Dark Knight Returns I can totally grasp, because that was a pretty hardcore Batman. I believe that with Batman vs. Superman because that movie was not very good.
Number 18 is Flashpoint, which we also discussed earlier. We really should just look at these before we discuss points.
Yeah, we should. We definitely should.
During 2011, Flashpoint is an alternate version of Batman, the events that changed from the normal continuity. So Bruce Wayne was shot and killed by Joe Kill, not Thomas Wayne. Joe Chill.
Joe Chill.
Joe Kill would be a much better name for that character.
I'm Joe Kill. I kill people.
Not Thomas Wayne. Thomas Wayne picks up the mantle of Batman and regularly uses guns.
Yeah. I don't really consider that to be an instance where Batman
No,
killed a guy.
I don't
though.
either. Well,
Yeah.
no.
I consider Bruce Wayne. Like, I wouldn't consider instances where Jean Paul Valley, which I don't know if he ever did. I wouldn't consider
No, he
instances
was
where
a flamethrower.
Yeah, well, he was roasting people alive. No, I wouldn't consider that to be an instance where Batman kills a person.
Oh, this is a good one. Number 19, Batman and Robin Eternal #1. In 2015, DC released Batman and Robin Eternal. In the 6-month mini-series, Batman was shown assassinating people with guns under the influence of Mother. It's a sequel to Batman Eternal. This was confusing. I cannot find an overall synopsis that makes sense. That's what he wrote in.
Yeah.
You may know a lot more about the story. Well, Sean, I do.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
Batman
you
and
covered
Robin
it, man.
Eternal is basically Batman does get brainwashed, and it's like his darkest time. But the whole thing, if I remember correctly, turned out to be Batman manipulating Mother in the end.
Huh.
Like he had a whole way.
That was a Frank Miller story, wasn't it?
No, that was Scott Snyder.
Well, okay,
With
Batman
James
and Robin
Tyrion.
Eternal? Then who was the one that did... Which one was the one that Frank Miller did? Because there's the one that people love and the one they hate.
No, Batman and Robin Eternal was a Scott Snyder thing.
I thought Batman Eternal was a Scott Snyder thing.
No, he did both.
Oh,
The second one he didn't take point on. That was James Tyrion who wrote that one.
James Tynion.
Tynion, that's it. I'm sorry, I knew I was saying his name wrong.
James Tyrion Lannister.
Do you watch Game of Thrones, Rob?
No.
Oh my God!
Yes, I love Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm totally caught up.
Are you the one who knocks?
That's
Get
not
the reference.
That's not Game of Thrones.
I know. I'm questioning.
That's Breaking Bad.
Okay, I was questioning your nerd stuff there.
I am not in danger, Benny. I am the danger. A man opens his door and gets shot. You think that of me? No. I am the one who knocks.
Anyway, Batman and
I
Robin
love
Eternal.
Breaking Bad.
Batman and Robin Eternal took place during the period in which Batman was gone. So they
Oh,
discovered
during Batman when?
when James Gordon was bunny-eared robot Batman.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And what happened during that is the Bat family, to remove them from the overall equation, was sent on this mission to discover why did Batman use guns.
Oh, okay.
And it turns out the whole thing was like a plot to discover Mother, which then also ties into Azrael, and it was a whole thing. No wonder he had problems with it, because even remembering it, I'm like, oh my God, this was a confusing as hell storyline.
Yeah.
I have videos on the channel, though. You can go check it out.
Yeah. We should go do that.
A lot of stuff happens in it, though.
Okay.
But yeah, it was kind of an excuse to get the Bat family out of the equation, so
Yeah.
that there was no James Gordon dealing with Robin and Nightwing and all these guys. So
Okay.
yeah.
That works.
And our last one on our list, number 20, The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises, 2008 and 2012. Batman doesn't care at all to shoot anything with the Bat-Pod's guns. He doesn't shoot people with the guns, but he shoots all kinds of cars and objects. Catwoman then kills Bane with a gun from the Bat-Pod, making a remark about Batman's reluctance to use them.
Yeah.
And those are the instances of Batman using a gun. The last one, I feel like the Eternal one had more of an impact.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Batman shooting folks. Running up on folks and shooting them in the face. That's crazy.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm Batman! Blam, blam!
Yeah.
He does the sideways cock.
In
By the way,
Batman
side
Volume...
note, if you try to shoot a gun like this, chances are not that you're going to fire it properly. Chances are you're going to break your nose.
Batman Volume 1, issue number 36. Batman runs up on folks and shoots them. I have no idea if that's true or not. I'm just throwing it out there.
Volume 29.
Right.
We're calling the future now. All right,
Volume
guys.
29.
I hope you guys enjoyed this little fun thing with us. Like I said, the way these things typically work is we drum up all this information from various sources, other lists, various wikis, that kind of a thing, and we go through them and we discuss them and we learn things. Like some of these I didn't know about. All those, like I'm doing the dolphin story.
Yeah, do that.
I want it. Remind me. Don't let me forget to do the Batman killing dolphins story.
Batman kills dolphins.
I'll do that one. You do the other crazy one we were talking about.
Yeah, Peter's going to absolutely hate you. What was the other crazy one we were talking
he
about?
smokes weed and shoots a gun.
Batman gets high and shoots people. I got to try to figure out a way to title that so that YouTube won't demonetize.
Why do you think I took the one where it's Batman shoots dolphins?
That's going to get demonetized too.
I don't think it will.
Batman shoots dolphins. Batman engages in animal cruelty.
All right, guys, if you want to see your list be discussed on this thing, you can drum it up from anywhere. We will verify that it's legit and not just you making up stuff. Or maybe we'll verify, and then we're going to name off the fake ones.
Yeah.
So this is some shit they try to get us to believe.
Yeah. Hey, guys. Actually, dude, that would be hilarious.
Yeah. Can you stump Rob
stump
and
us?
Benny?
People
Can you
sitting
trick us into thinking it's a legit thing? I'm going to put a disclaimer in the front of that episode.
Yeah. So Wonder Woman originally came from Krypton.
All right. Anyway, email that to comicstorian@gmail.com and also put in the title RnBe somewhere so I can organize this better. Other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. You can find me at Comicstorian, the channel you're watching this. Subscribe to get more RnBe every Saturday. We will eventually get this up on SoundCloud and iTunes. We're being super lazy. You can also find more Rob over at Comics Explained. That is his channel. He's Twitter, everything, the same thing like that.
Yep.
You can find the both of us working together doing more similar discussions like this about video games over on Eligible Monster. There's a really good one happening this week that I'm not going to spoil it for you because we're going to record it in a few minutes.
Okay.
But trust me, guys, you want to see this one.
Oh, God.
And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next week right here at the RnBe.
Peace.
You guys are about to watch somebody get fired live on a podcast.
Yeah. No.
I love how you. Yeah, that's gonna happen.
No.
You know what? For the sake of we're gonna separate here. This will be the backstory. Why don't you tell us a story real quick about when you fired a guy in Periscope?
I was just thinking about that. I had a writer, and I asked him to give me a script on a character, Bloodshot, one of the cooler characters from Valiant Comics, which is like a combination of Punisher and Wolverine. Guy sends me a script. The script was a copy and pasted article written by Comic Vine. And I was like, do you have any idea what would happen if I just hadn't checked that and recorded it and sent it out? Like people, like one, my reputation would have been tarnished. Two, like that's intellectual property theft. That's a copyright problem. It opens my channel up to lawsuits. Yeah, I was so mad. Like I jumped on Periscope. I was so pissed, and I was just like venting. And then that guy showed up, and I was like, you're fired. I was like, you're done. You're out of here.
Rob, the nicest boss in the world until he isn't.
Yeah, up until I'm not. No, don't put my channel in jeopardy, and everything will be okay.
No, I've had that exact same issue. Some people early on, before I have my current writer Sean, which is funny because we both have a Sean, but they're different Seans.
Yeah.
Before I had my current writer Sean, who, for the record, a lot of you guys are like, how do I write for you? It's very hard to write for me because I speak in a particular tone of voice while reading the scripts, right? Sean got the job by watching my channel nonstop for 2 years as a friend.
Wow.
And then I had him write me one script. And I even told him, you probably will not write it in the way I want it. It's not going to work. I'm not going to be happy with it.
And you did it perfect.
It was perfect. It was as if I read the script.
Wow. Jeez. That's amazing.
Yeah, to find someone who can write in your voice is insane. That's why I have one writer, because my brother does it too, but my brother has his own style, and I can put a spin on his style to make it work. But my brother and Sean write. Sean writes in my voice. Andy's are a little more descriptive, but I like that for certain pieces.
Yeah.
So that works out well.
That is awesome.
Yeah. But I've had a lot of people who would like copy and paste things to me, or they would just go grab everything off the wiki and throw it in there, and you're like,
Yeah.
it's pretty easy to tell this isn't the way you wrote it.
Yeah.